to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be testing out the spring that I have. Now, I didn't order this spring from anywhere, or I actually got it from, funny story, it's off of an umbrella. So, this is an umbrella spring. I'm not sure what it's used for. I just found a broken umbrella. I took it apart to get this thing. And this thing is solid. I'm telling you, this is the hardest spring I've ever used in my life. Um, I could not compress it if I tried. Yeah, it's basically a rock. This thing doesn't even move. It's a rock. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, so we have this spring. I'm gonna put that in this today. This is my Nexus Pro. I have like a million, billion, trillion videos on those things. So I'm not gonna go over it. But basic stuff. We got worker kit, uh, the metal kit, and then we're gonna be using pro darts. So that's gonna be cool. These. So we're gonna use that. Okay. Take off this cap. That'll reveal our 12 kilogram. I put 12 kilogram max, but it's kind of rubbing off. But I might I try to go up to 14 or 15 kilogram, not a 18. I'm not doing 18 kilogram. Nothing over 16. I'll do maybe over 15. I'm probably not gonna do 15. But anyways, let's compare these two. So first thing, this one's obviously wider. It's significantly wider actually. Yeah, it's significantly wider. It's significantly shorter is the most obvious part. It has no length comparison to this thing. Um, but this is the flimsy 12 kilogram, and this is a rock solid like 20 kilogram. So I don't know what performance we're gonna be getting off this, but what I do have is I have spring spacer. Well, I got two spring spacers. Basically, I could use this as spring spacer, and then this can bump up the size so we can achieve at least some sort of compression. Now with no spring spacer, I've already tried it. It does get about, I want to say about 2 millimeters or maybe 3 millimeters of compression, which is extremely nothing. But it's actually super hard to compress just because this is the hardest spring I've ever used in my life. So we're gonna go outside. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna come back inside. I'm gonna give you the results. Okay, hold on one second. Where did it go? Okay, okay, I have some crazy results. This spring, okay, I have a 12 kilogram. 12 kilogram spring. I don't use it. I don't use a spring spacer. I don't use none on that thing. Well, actually, I'm gonna start using spring spacer. I'm primary that. But this spring, okay, you will not believe what I'm about to tell you. It's getting more than 150. Okay, obviously, but it's getting more than 200. You want to know how it's getting more than 200? On my Nexus with my mods, okay? It's getting over 200. It's getting more power than my 12 kilogram, but there's a difference. My 12 kilogram gets its standard spring compression from any Nexus Pro. Standard spring compression, it's like a good quarter, a little bit more than the quarter of full spring compression, right? But this thing, with about this much compression, alright? With about like this much. My 12 kilogram compresses about eight of these. About eight or nine. I mean about 8 or 7. About as long as the Nexus Pro plunger. Um this on the other hand, you know how it's smaller. Just about this much. Not even joking, just about this much of this spring when it is compressed will get you over my 12 kilograms standard FPS, which is a little bit over 200. So this spring is insane. There's upsides and downsides. You'll never probably get your hands on this spring, but I'll let you know about it because you can if you can somehow find this thing, you got to pick it up. Okay, so listen, right? 12 kilogram, the next spread has a little bit of slop, right? You know how every pro blaster does. When you prime it back, right, and it stops at that certain spot when the plunger head contacts the spring, that's when it starts, priming. That's when you feel that pressure. Okay. This thing, on the other hand, I don't even have it hitting both sides. Okay, so it's like this much left, like this much room in the stock left, right? This is about half of a spring. Hold up. So we're getting about this much spring compression that we need, right? But we're only getting this much compression when we prime. Why is that? Because when this spring is here and we have leftover room in the stock, the spring is going to move back and then it's going to compress what is left. So what is left is this small piece, and the small piece is just about like a spring spacer. Stock's about this long. Prime it back, and your priming it is going to have a lot of slop with a super small spring left to be able to be compressed. Now, when you add a spring spacer on it, right? So let's put a spring spacer, which is what I used. Then you have about this much, right? So this is what I didn't use, because I could not use it, because it was too much to handle. I could not compress it. But with this much, I could barely compress it. So that gives you an idea about how hard it is and how much slop it has, but how much power it has. It was getting over 200 with only this much compression, like a little bit over the spring spacer. And this is the standard out of dart spring spacer. This is a 20 FPS booster cap, normal as heck. And I am just so confused. I'm not confused. I know why everything's going, why it's going, but I'm just surprised that this was getting over my 12 kilogram fully compressed spring, and this was only this much. If I can put a spring spacer on this, right, and you're at least somewhat strong or willing enough to prime that thing without breaking your hand, you can have yourself a like 220 FPS Nexus Pro. This spring is the baddest thing I have gotten in a while. Okay. Now, I made a whole video about my 12 kilogram that if you want to see, you can go check that out after this video. But this is just something else, man. This is on. This is I didn't expect it. I did not expect for this thing to just be like over 200. I honestly didn't expect it, but I guess that's life. I guess I don't know. That's pretty much it for today's video. To be honest with you. So is there? I don't think there's something else to talk about. Accuracy is pretty much the same. That was kind of it. Besides the rattle after you shoot it, average rattle. Um, that's pretty much it. Just getting over 200. That's it. So more power than my 12 kilogram. So I'm gonna start using this over my 12 kilogram, no matter how much it's gonna damage my internals on my Nexus, because I'm getting new internals. So I don't really care. With that being said, that's the end of today's video, I guess. This thing's hard as a rock. Pause. Uh, um, I'm gonna end it here. My Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram link is in my about page. I can't speak. I'm gonna have a post on this somewhere on one of my social medias. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I already told you everything. I should have a video coming out, I want to say about Thursday, and then I might not have one on the weekend, but if I do upload, I will have one on Monday, hopefully. Today is Tuesday, so it's either I'm gonna post it on Tuesday, I'm posting on Wednesday. I'm not sure, so peace out.